Live. Yes, it's still Ryan, still Brenda. Take two. We had to start over.
Still beer.
Yeah, still got beer though, so we're all good here. So we got some beer mail this week. Super excited about that. This came from Burning Beard out in Oregon, so he was kind enough to send us a few beers in the mail, which is super, super cool. So I am excited to dive into these.
Also a packet of decoy dog food that our cat is currently hunting around the house.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him. Why the decoy dog food.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to include a decoy substance in there that they might not think.
Burning Beard is here.
Hi, Burning Beard. Yeah, take two. We had some difficulties that first one. I don't know what was going on. We had to refresh. But yeah, we got your beer. Cat food. Great. Good. We have a cat.
Yes,
That'll be perfect.
Hoping it was cat food. I thought I was maybe making leaps.
So you're going to have to explain to me sometime the thinking behind a decoy, because...
Really?
What?
The cat food didn't clue you in?
Okay.
You know the thing that paws on your face?
Oh, yeah.
And eats my feet?
Right.
We get the beer.
Oh, she gets the food. Oh, now it's all clicking together.
Which was my original thought, but I was like, Brenda, did you overthink that? Is everyone else as concerned with the cat as you are?
Well, see, look, I have a lot more common...
Is there a drug dog that sniffs out beer?
I have a lot more common sense for beer than cat food. So, that's how that works, I guess. All right, let's dive into one of these. So, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I want to go first.
Okay.
I've been waiting to crack this open since I got home. So I've got the Summer Shortcake, which is a sour blonde ale with berries and vanilla from Block 15 Brewing Company.
Yep, and they are out of, let's see, where are they out of?
Dropping Cap.
Ooh. Oh, I thought it said on one of these cans. Maybe I know this one.
You said Corvallis, I think.
Yeah, Corvallis, Oregon. Yep, Corvallis, Oregon.
Because I'm still trying to remember what else is in Corvallis that I know of.
Yeah, so look at the color on that thing. That looks nice.
Ooh, the color is not what I'm...
Well, I can smell it from here. Like, oh man.
Don't mind me golluming over here.
See, you, Birdie Beard, you must have got her really excited about a beer, because wow, that is a lot of... that is a tight grip on that beer.
That's dessert.
That's dessert?
That is dessert.
Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, that's raspberries and cobbler and delicious and...
Yep, so I'll read the description. Summer Shortcake features a blend of sour blonde ales, including a tart and zippy young beer brewed with toasted oats alongside a rustic barrel-matured stock from our wild cellar. This blend of young and old was then conditioned on generous amounts of strawberries and raspberries and matured on vanilla beans, producing a fruity, refreshing sour ale with a crisp acidity and lingering notes of those fresh-picked berries.
This is basically a crumble.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a shot. I'll let you try a little.
Mm-hmm.
You may have a little, and then you will give it back.
Wow, that is really, really good. Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Even I'm digging that. And look at that fluffy white head it gets on it. That looks just about perfect. Yeah.
Ooh, pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The glass isn't too far from point of origin.
Right, so we got another Block 15 Brewing Company beer here. This is the Fresh Flow India Pale Ale with kind of a cool can design here.
That is my favorite can art.
I really dig it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. This is a refreshing, tropically hoppy IPA designed in cooperation with the artist featured on the label, which is actually, that's kind of cool. I don't know if I've seen a lot of art. You definitely hear about craft breweries allowing artists to design all their labels and stuff, but I don't know if they often collab with the artists to come up with the recipes. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Brewed often and canned fresh throughout the summer. Look for Fresh Flow at the finest bottle shops, beer bars, and markets around the Pacific Northwest. So, yeah, hopefully very cool.
I like the monster green pop tab.
Yeah, I know.
Like, hang on, I know that.
So let's get this open.
Beer.
Oh, yeah, you can smell the hops almost
Not
immediately.
over my jam.
Almost immediately. Look at that, pouring out a little straw. Pretty hazy, though, especially up top here. You can kind of see from the can. looks like that. So
You are so much better at pouring for camera, and it might just be because you're working over your own laptop
yeah, maybe that's it.
and do not have the fear associated thus with.
Yeah, that's right. No fear about pouring beer. Just got to get it done. What? Oh, come on. That's a good rhyme. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just a ton of hops off this thing. Obviously it has that nice soft pillowy head that I love to see on almost any beer. It just smells of mostly pine on the nose. Perhaps a little intense on the pine on the nose, apparently.
A little bit. What? My sinuses feel so good.
Oh yeah, but the first sip, yeah, you definitely get that tropical kind of pithy fruit right away. A little bit of pine. It is a Northwest beer there, brother.
You know how they
gotta
tell
load
you
it
you're
up.
supposed to like waft in chemistry, and you're not just supposed to like stick your face over whatever you're smelling,
Right.
like a Steve. I really should have wafted.
Yeah, that was one thing I learned about my with our trip to Seattle was that
Don't stick your face over the beer.
no, is that they pack in a little more hops on average per beer than we do here in the Midwest. Yeah, they definitely load it up. Are you gonna be all right with that one? Yeah, is that how you feel? Well, I'll tell you what, Burning Beard, as an IPA guy, this beer is super, super good. So
as
really
a sours gal, this beer is super, super good. So
yeah, and we've got
two
a
for
couple.
two, nailed it.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got a couple more to do, so we'll see if we get to those later or not. But we can always save them for next week too.
I have to retract my weekly live stream. You are a dummy.
Yeah.
I just overthink things. Apparently, you shake the box and the kitty food rattles and hides the sound of beers clinking together.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Well, Burning Beard just said it was.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with that's the reason the kitty food was in the box. But I really like my answer.
Yeah, or we could feed our cat with it. That's good too.
Just saying, that thing needs a decoy.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Tim, how you doing tonight?
Watching.
Cheers. So yeah, we got some beer mail from Burning Beard. It's been really good so far. Loving it. So I have lots of beer news this week, Brenda. As per usual.
I like lots of beer news.
You like lots of beer news? Well, we can definitely start getting into some of that.
Is it birthday beer news?
So the first it's not birthday beer news. I know. You know what? We could just come party on YouTube for your birthday coming up here. That'd be pretty fun. We can call up Drunken One, get a live stream going.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of.
We could use all of my parents' bandwidth.
Yeah, that's right.
All of it.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. It would be a good time. So, there is this new policy going into effect in Ontario, lowering the minimum price of a beer from $1.25 Canadian to $1. $1 Canadian is the new minimum price of beer. And obviously $1 a can. This is for like a 24 pack of beer.
Okay.
That's your minimum price per beer for a 24 pack. So their new conservative government made a pledge to the people to lower the minimum beer price to $1 a can for buying a 24 pack. Which
I can work with this.
You can work with it. Now, obviously, any beer that's going to get sold at about $1 a can,
I mean, not great.
It's probably not a great beer, is it? No. So naturally,
necessary.
Canada has had a minimum beer price established since 1992. Well, I should say Ontario.
I've been established since 1992.
Yeah, that's right. I should say this is all in Ontario. This isn't Canada as a whole.
Not Canada-wide.
Yep, this is
Canada's a big place.
But this is your most populated.
There are lots of bits.
This is your most populated province in Canada, so Ontario. So they're reducing their minimum price to $1 a beer. Now, obviously,
you mean it's not Nunavut?
Yeah.
Also, not a province, I don't think. But anyway, sorry. Carry on.
So this policy change is not very popular amongst the craft brewers, though. They're saying they don't really want to see what's referred to as buck a beer by the politicians, a great little catchphrase. They don't
Yeah.
really want to see that. They don't really want to be part of a brewery race to the bottom, essentially is what they're calling it quality-wise. And they're also a little concerned that buck a beer is going to give some favoritism towards big brewers who can effectively cut costs a lot cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes.
So, and
Is this under debate?
I hate to comment on other countries' politics because I had to learn a lot about Ontario beer laws because it's not like here.
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm preparing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's not like here where I can go down the street and there's a locally owned liquor store. So
Right.
in Ontario, the Ontario Liquor Control Board.
I thought you said there's a locally owned liquor. There's 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's fair. Mhm.
There's 3, and we can walk to 4 breweries.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Anyway.
but all the liquor stores are pretty much owned by a quasi-monopoly of the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So basically what they're saying is, well, we're not going to subsidize any breweries to help them get to $1 a beer. What we're going to do is maybe we'll give them some sort of favorable placement within our liquor stores or things like that. And basically craft brewers are kind of objecting because they're like, well, that's not really fair because now you're playing favorites based on price rather than anything else. But so there's actually been quite a bit of social media reaction to this, as you might expect.
The social media had something to say.
Yeah, and a lot of people are frankly a little bit upset the beer price minimum is going down.
That's such a backwards thing to say.
Well,
Beer got cheaper. People are pissed.
well, not all people, but craft beer, hardcore craft beer people think it's not going to be very good for the industry.
Understandable.
So, but at the same time, I kind of get that. But look, I'm from a place that has pretty much no minimum price for beer. I think Minnesota, you can only sell it at cost.
Oh,
so you can't mark down beer. So you can't have it be like a loss leader or anything.
But then why are there those signs on the Quick Trip that say that it's the lowest legal minimum?
Because they will not mark it up.
Oh, so it's just like at cost?
Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Got it.
That's exactly what they're saying. So when they get it from the distributor, they can't mark it up another step.
Okay.
And then
Or
actually
moreover, they have the choice to not mark it up because it doesn't have to be the lowest legal minimum. It just says that they have the lowest legal minimum because otherwise, if they weren't marking it up the entire time, Mick Golden would never go on sale.
right. Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
That's
you
the
couldn't
case.
have a sale on the beer
Sure.
because
Yep.
that would go backwards.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But their sale is just bringing it down to like closer to at cost.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's here in Minnesota.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in my home state of Wisconsin.
No, that's in Wisconsin. Because I never saw a lowest legal minimum
Okay.
thing until I went to Wisconsin.
Oh, well, that's perfect because in Wisconsin, they're required to mark it up 6% over cost.
Oh! Okay.
So there is
Got
a lowest legal minimum price. It's
Got it.
6% over cost. Yeah, so that's why they say this is the lowest we can charge.
Right.
Yep.
I understand. They
But
have no beer tax.
the
so-
point of all this is that even with all those, if you want a really cheap beer, it's less than $1 a beer for a can around here, for
Yeah.
sure. You can get a 24 pack for sometimes under $20.
But wait, is there a conversion thing here?
Canadian dollars, a Canadian dollar is worth about 85 US cents. So
So a little bit.
yeah, but in the opposite direction. So
Wait.
yeah.
Oh.
So it would be even low,
You guys,
less
I'm
in
not
Canada.
good at math.
Right. Yeah. So the
It's no good.
yeah. So there's a lot of controversy from the craft brewers complaining about this change, but I got to be honest, as a guy who's from a place where you can pretty readily get beer at less than $1 US
Right.
a can, like
Routinely.
craft beer.
And not bad beer.
Craft beer is still surging and thriving and gaining market share against these big brewers. So, like, I get it. There's probably better things the government of Ontario could be doing with their time than trying to lower beer prices by not actually helping anybody lower beer prices.
Fair enough.
But you know, so I kind of get those arguments that people are putting on social media, but I don't exactly see the entire necessity to freak out totally that this is going to really hamper craft beer, because look, here in the US, we had an entire craft beer revolution with under buck of beer almost everywhere.
Right.
In almost every state. So
right.
Like, I kind of get the frustration, and shouldn't the government be up to better stuff? But, you know, at the same time, it's like, I don't think rolling back 25 cents is
really going to ruin everything.
And that started in 92, is going to roll back 25 years of inflation and 25 years of craft beer consumer change, you know?
That'd be kind of impressive.
Yeah, so like...
I mean, if it did happen, I would just genuinely be really impressed.
So, like, I get the frustration. I get the chip on the shoulder that craft brewers have.
Yeah.
That, like, you know, it always seems like, you know, the government's being lobbied by the big guys or whatever. But at the same time, like, I don't think this is going to have the big market impact that some of the scaremongers are trying to say it will.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of my non-opinion on it, if that makes sense.
Fair
like,
enough.
I think it's a lot of ado about almost nothing. Because also, I'm not even convinced that anybody, between all the different taxes and the government, you know, liquor store markups, if they're even going to be able to get to $1.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if that's going to happen.
So are you telling me your official position on this is you don't really care?
No, my official position on this is everybody should calm the hell down.
Because I've been at, all right, that's nice, move along, for the best, however long it's been since you started that story. In other news, I just figured out that our magnetic beer opener sticks to the side of our patio table, and life is wonderful.
Yeah, that's some
Also, I kind of refuse to accept Burning Beard's. Yeah, no, it really is 7%. Yes, it's hiding it very well.
Yeah, that's a good 7% beer.
Granted, I realized the other day, I don't remember the last time I drank anything below 5.
Short Pants, that's below 5.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
You bet. That's a 4.2. Mm-hmm.
Still got it.
All right, we got Rod J's Beer Ventures checking in. How you doing, Rod?
Hey, Rod.
Yep, good to see you. I guess we can go over what we're drinking again one more time.
Woo, no.
Are you just going to keep trying to overpour this beer?
I am so good at surface tension.
Yeah, you're so good at it.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm so good.
Yeah.
I created surface tension. I have mastered its rules.
Mm-hmm.
I win.
Burning Beard sent us some nice beer mail. I am drinking.
He's the best.
That's right. I'm drinking the Fresh Flow India Pale Ale from Block 15 out of Corvallis, Oregon.
And I have the Summer Shortcake, also from Block 15, also out of Corvallis, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
And the magnet just fell, and I just stabbed a beer opener into my leg.
Mm-hmm. Way to
if
go.
I smile bigger, it'll hurt less. Ow.
Way to go.
I'm so smart.
That's right. All right. Well, there you go. Now you know about the Buck of Beer saga in Ontario.
Your derision is both warranted and appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just because you're right doesn't mean I like it.
Right. Okay, so there was this cool article in Brewbound, which is a cool industry website.
I was like, what is Brewbound?
Oh yeah, it's a cool craft beer news site.
Wait, there are craft beer news sites that aren't Instagram?
Girl,
what is this madness?
Girl, you are some other type of beer nerd. I don't even know.
Hey, I let you know every time a new beer drops.
That's true. That's true.
It's daily.
Yes, it is daily.
You got 12 eyes, it's daily.
But basically, this Brewbound article was kind of going over how there are two basic growth strategies kind of left for our craft brewers. Because it's not like you can just pop open a brewery and be the only game in town and everybody's going to come drink from you anymore. You really got to choose kind of one of two paths. You got some breweries who are trying to get a little bit cheaper, a little bit more mass consumer marketed beers, but definitely keeping some of that craft beer quality we've come to know and expect. And then we have certain breweries trying to go really kind of the other direction, get really specialized,
Mm-hmm.
really dive into a particular group of styles, a particular flavor profile, things like that,
Are we taking a vote?
And see, I think we're going to end up on the opposite sides of which
I think we are too.
Of which breweries we would prefer. So okay, maybe chat can guess which sides are we gonna take here. So do you think who's gonna be on kind of the let's go a little more mass consumer, and who's gonna be a little more let's specialize for hardcore beer consumers? Yeah, you're gonna give us Jeopardy music? We get flagged for this. Just kidding. All right. All right. So where do you come down on that?
Oh, do you want to like 3, 2, 1 it?
No, that's okay. Nope, you go ahead.
Specialized.
Yeah. So you would say,
surprise!
Yeah, you generally prefer breweries that prefer to go with a certain type of beer, certain profiles, certain flavors. I would go ahead and say sours. I think that's a pretty safe bet, right?
So here's the thing. At my smallest and most pathetic self, I am one of those beer snobs that likes to alienate people. I'm just really friendly about it. Because for some reason, I find it like a badge of honor that I like these beers that people hate. And that's part of the experience for me. And as awful as that is, like, I love going places with all of our friends, and there are varying levels of beer consumption. But I also love walking into a sours bar and knowing that there is one thing that you like and 900 that I like, and that everything is good. Because because there's this thing about liking weird beers is that you can probably walk in and find a lager or a Pils or an IPA anywhere.
Right.
The chances of there being a sour on tap are minimal. And while I like a wide range of styles, there's one limb. They're very big to be a limb. There's one limb of the beer tree that I am really a fan of. And It's a very easy thing to specialize in, and I like it.
Right. Meanwhile, I'm kind of on the a little bit on the other side. I'm a little more. Let's get some variety. I want to do session drinking. I don't want to. I don't want to sit down to a beer that's so sour or so bitter or so alcoholic that it's going to take me an hour to an hour and a half to drink it to really enjoy it. I'm kind of a guy who wants to pound a couple, at least
I'm also
2.
really cheap.
Yeah.
Which is somehow twisted. I would rather pay $7 for one beer than $10 for 2.
Oh no, I'm much rather no. See, I'm also
and take 2 hours to drink them.
Oh no, see, I'm the opposite. You would rather pay $7 for like a 10% beer than $10 for 2 5s?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I would rather go for the 2 5s than the 110. Yeah. So
this has been noted. We have many a time sat in a brewery or beer bar and just been like, so will you stop kicking the table because you're making me nauseous? Because I'm watching my face as the camera wiggles.
Right. Yep. My bad.
Stop it. We have oftentimes sat in a brewery and debated over whether we're having one beer or 2, and it always winds up that you have 2 in the same span of time that I have my 1, and everything works out fine.
Yeah.
But that is not what we agreed upon.
Yeah, but I definitely think, that's 2 different styles. How many different styles can you brew in? There's also like several styles of consuming beer that you can have too, which I think is really neat. So
you're like the McDonald's of craft beer.
I'm the McDonald's of craft beer?
You're the McDonald's of craft beer. Or order several menu items, speed through them, red and yellow, get in, get out, get on with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I am.
Oh, so what does that make you?
I'm not entirely sure this metaphor wasn't fully baked.
Got it. Okay.
Which is, I do think it's funny. We're both drinking beers from the same place.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
I am not for a complete siloed approach to beer. I just tend to prefer things that do one thing really, really well.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the point of the Brewbound article is like, you kind of got to pick one of those niches or the other. It's not so much okay to just try to be a jack of all trades.
That you can't do all the things really, really well.
Right. Yep. And you're gonna spend too much time trying to do all that. So.
And I do appreciate, like, if your thing is German beers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't all beers are German beers, me right now. If your thing is German beers and you are really good at brewing a lot of different styled German beers, do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yep.
I'm okay if your sour is a Berliner.
Yep.
Or you don't have one.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
As long as you're good at the thing you're doing.
Right.
I would rather have that than a lot of meh.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And if your thing is a wide variety of pretty good beer, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. I see Drunken Ones in the chat. Cheers, buddy.
Where
Glad to
are
see you
the
here.
Tipsy Sprouts?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, why don't you go watch his stuff? You can
I
go.
did.
You did? All right. Good. Yeah, you gotta get you need a harvest
Been
update,
going
right?
on too many adventures.
Right. We need a harvest update. That's what we want.
I need less harvesting.
Yeah. Then we can. We can show you all Brenda's harvest stuff too. Maybe later.
Does anybody need a zucchini? Good Lord.
Yeah, that's right. Could do a lot of zucchini.
Will personally mail you zucchini. No, I won't. That would be terrible.
Okay, Brenda. So we have one of these here locally, but what do you think about the emerging trend of the brew-stillery? So for those of you who aren't familiar, a brew-stillery is simply a brewery and a distillery rolled into one single place.
And in our state, illegal!
Not illegal to do, illegal to sell both your booze and your beer in your tap room.
Consumable form.
In consumable form, right. So they could sell, they sell, the one that's local to us here, Bent Brew Stillery in Roseville, Minnesota.
Speaking of delicious sours.
Yeah, that's right. Another great sour brewery.
They have a Lichtenhainer.
So they serve all their draft beer. And then you can buy their spirits either in local liquor stores or bottles directly at the bar.
Yeah.
But they can't serve you any of their booze and cocktails there at the bar. And
Which is a shame.
And I think that's the case in some states and not in some states, but like I think the brew stillery trend is really starting to take off around the country.
I like it. I want it to be real.
Mm-hmm.
I see no reason why this can't be a thing. Clearly, they're good. This is the day I didn't bring you the. Just stop touching the table. This is the day I didn't bring you the glass that says that great whiskey comes from great beer.
Yeah, well,
duh. You're good at one thing. This transitions well into another thing.
Right.
I believe that you would be good at the second thing.
Right.
I would like to compare both of them because there is nothing I like more. Well, there are some things I like more. One thing I really enjoy is getting to taste like a good whiskey and then getting to understand like where that comes from either the beer side or the actual beer side. I love that. And I love collaboration alcohols.
Yeah.
Because those are such similar processes that like everything makes sense that they should work together.
Right.
And I like getting to see those component parts.
Yeah. So you'd love to have a dram of whiskey and then right next to it a half pour of the beer that went into that, right? That's they distilled, right?
Really all I want.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of a really cool concept, and what I really like about it is that it appeals to all sides of kind of the alcohol consuming public too. Look, we definitely have some friends that are a lot more cocktail oriented. So
sometimes me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm more cocktail oriented.
And of course, you and I are mostly breweries almost all of the time. So
almost exclusively breweries unless it's Bar Luchador.
Right. So, we're mostly hanging out at breweries. So it would be nice to kind of have a space where everybody's happy. I think that'd be really cool. And then yeah. Yeah, and then beyond that, I really like beer-based cocktails, which I think are really neat. And I would love to get some more at brew stilleries because I think they're awesome.
I wish you'd done that video series that you had thought about doing.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to make beer cocktails
on camera. Let's keep it in the back burner. Uh-huh. Burning Beard says Rogue Brewery makes booze and beer, and they're equally average at, and they're both equally average at it.
Rogue is really good at marketing, and I am continuously disappointed somehow.
Yeah, I mean, the beer's good. I don't know. It's just, it's not.
It's never as good as what I think it's going to be.
Mm.
And that to me is worse than it being disgusting.
Oh, yeah?
Like, there's nothing I hate more than getting my hopes up about a beer and then having them crushed.
Yeah.
So I haven't tried their spirits yet, but I'm on the beer.
Robert says the bourbon is great, so maybe that's true. I'm a big bourbon guy, so I'll have to check that out.
Whiskey, no E.
Yeah.
Our feline is currently having a crisis,
Oh,
so
she
I am
is?
going to go get her.
You're going to go take care of her.
Because you're recording and she's not here, and that's not okay.
All right, well, bring her out here. Why not? Let's see here. What else is going on in the world of beer? So, let's see. Oh, India's craft beer scene is really starting to take off. They have, they're starting to see microbreweries get that classic, like, early to mid 2000s brewery growth curve of 20 to 25%.
Who is?
Volume growth a year. India.
Ooh.
Yeah, their microbreweries are starting to really take off, especially with the growing middle class in Indian cities. So, it's definitely really starting to take off there. Meanwhile, U.S. beer growth overall is not great here in the U.S., but craft beer is still gaining share points. So, that's good to hear.
Good work, kids. Keep drinking. That's how that works, right?
Yeah. Oh, and of course, home brewing is still taking off.
Yay!
Here in the U.S., as well as in India. But the weird thing is I think the U.K. is seeing a slight decline in home brewing, which is kind of sad because U.K. seems to be like homebrew central because...
well, maybe that's why it's declining. They have hit peak home brewing.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm.
It's not like they started at the bottom.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
They were already here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of cool to see that, I think I did a video a couple months back on one of the rising craft beer brands in India, Bira 91. And then, so it's cool.
I feel like there's a monkey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have a cool monkey logo.
It's like I remember a monkey.
Yep. So it's cool to see that craft beer is growing abroad a lot. I think we had an article, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, that Japan was actually seeing volume drop in beer?
Yeah, but no, that was China that was having a smuggling issue. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. But it's cool to see that India is really growing strong. So I like to see that in the craft beer news. Let's see. Burning Beard says Oregonians loathe Rogue.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, you don't blame them?
I want to like it.
Tim's Brews says craft beer is coming to an end. Yeah, I think he's probably right in terms of the golden age of craft brew, but I think there's a lot of consumers like me who probably aren't going to go all the way back to my my college beer days.
Oh, no.
Yeah, those were fun.
I'm not going back to my college anything days.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Also, I think another point Tim's probably trying to make in there, because he's a home brewer too, is that home brewing is also really taking off, and that seems to be driving volume away.
Be self-sufficient.
Yeah, I know, which I think, we're both on the same page on that. That's really cool. Really a good thing to do is to do it yourself, Make it yourself, rely on yourself. So, yeah.
It's so cute that you've become a DIY person. I love it.
Well, I try a little bit,
Am I rubbing off on you?
Oh, you must be.
My farmer ways.
Your farmer ways, that's right.
Farmer ways.
Oh, this was a weird one. So, Anheuser-Busch is trying to take the initiative to improve diversity in beer stock photos online. You love it? You already love it? So they're trying to include more minorities and more women in just, you could Google a beer stock photo. You'll probably see a lot of guys like me, maybe with, probably with big bushy beards though, but,
Lumberjack.
oftentimes you're not going to see a lot of women. You're not
No.
going to see a lot of minorities. So,
If there's a woman, she's in a Heineken ad.
oh, yeah, that's fair. You know, yeah.
I
So,
don't know why.
like, regardless of what you think of, you know.
Also, what's her nuts from that 70s show, who's also in so many other things and is a wonderful person. The gal. On again, off again was what's his name?
Okay. Well, yeah, you're not going to remember that
No.
actress's name, are you?
The
No.
whiskey one with the devil's cut and the angels share and
Oh, Mila Kunis.
yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. This is how we word associate.
Oh,
in this house.
I was thinking of the other gal from the show.
No, not Donna.
Not Donna.
No.
No.
Anyway, it's either a svelte blonde Amazonian woman
Mm-hmm.
in a Heineken ad,
Right.
or Mila Kunis
Right.
for Jim Beam, and that's all I got.
Right. So, regardless of what you think of AB InBev or, kind of what you think about, people trying to step up diversity, or I don't want to say step up. There's probably a better word I could use there, but
Probably a couple, but
Yeah.
I just played the word association game with Mila Kunis, so I'm going
Right.
to give you that one.
yeah, but I think it's cool that they're at least making an effort to kind of reflect all the faces of the community.
Right.
Because look, man, some days I feel like I need to have some big bushy beard to even be taken seriously.
Well, also, as somebody that spends half of my day at my day job trying to get stock photos for room scenes to match real life, I'm sorry, all of the stock photos of people walking outside are the same person.
Right.
And
Yep.
admittedly, they look a little bit like me and you,
Right.
but a solid percentage of my clients don't.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
And that's something that takes me way more time than it should to even find stock photos of people
Mhm.
to be included in environments
Right.
where they would be.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? If a beer company is trying to up their stock footage, go for it.
Yeah, and
Tell the architecture companies to do it soon.
yeah, also as a guy who uses a lot of stock beer photos in his videos for editing purposes, the more the merrier. I'm concerned,
yeah,
as
right?
far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough. I have seen all 6 of your stock footage.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen all 6 of your stock beer drinkers.
Burning Beard says they're hypocrites because they make Bud Orange. Which I have refused to try Bud Orange. I don't want to try that
Did
beer.
Chicken do that the other day? I thought
I
he
think
did.
yeah, I think 8-Bit Chicken did it for one of his shit beer
I
Sundays.
think he did a watermelon arita the other day too, and I gagged a little and could not make myself watch it.
Yeah, I saw the Bud Light Orange.
Ugh.
I don't know if I could try that one. So
No, please.
Yeah, it makes me. It's gonna be so artificial. I'm not sure I want to try it.
I mean, what did you expect? Blue Moon's the only thing with orange in it that I even want to look at.
No,
Frankly,
fair enough.
I
Hey,
don't like orange in beer.
Stone Brewing opened a tap room in Shanghai, which I think is really cool.
Mm.
So they're going international. They
So
got.
when are we visiting?
I know, right? We got to get over to Shanghai
Is
now.
that on the way to Bali?
Not the way we're going, unfortunately. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. So it's really cool to watch American craft beer brands try to expand into Asia. I think
It's intriguing.
yeah, it's something that's endlessly fascinating because you have, they tend to have pretty high import duties
Right.
on a lot of finished agricultural products there.
Okay.
Because that's really bad for their trade balances on a macroeconomic perspective. Yeah, you're going to give me that beer nerd look right there.
That was the finance nerd look right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah,
That was just regular
yeah,
nerd.
that's true. But I think it's really cool that Stone Brewing managed to get a whole tap room set up in Shanghai. I think that's really awesome. And I would love to go there and get some Stone beer in a really cool setting. Because, it's kind of like, think of it like this. Think of it like McDonald's while you're in a foreign country. you're gonna show up.
Oh, that is my favorite thing.
Yeah, you kind of know what you're gonna get,
but you don't.
But
you have no idea.
But you're also a little fascinated on how it's gonna be different. Like.
I'm sorry, Europe, but what is your thing against ranch? None of y'all have ranch.
That is not a traditional continental sauce there, Brenda. That is a unhealthy American
curry.
Neither is curry.
Why can I get curry but not ranch?
Well, fair enough.
Y'all colonized us too. I just wanted ranch.
But see, we didn't let them stick around until the invention of ranch.
Fair.
So there you go. They already had curry by the time they colonized over there. So, yeah.
Point being,
yeah,
I really enjoy trying interpretations of American things in other countries, which is also why I'm intrigued about this Guinness brewery in Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it the same?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an extra cold tap?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do we get an extra cold tap?
Yeah, locally, that'd be kind of nice, wouldn't
That's
it?
all I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really all I've ever wanted.
Bernie Beard says you're right. Rogue is really huge in Japan because they have great marketing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
They do have great marketing.
Yeah.
I have bought more than one bomber I regret the purchase of purely because it sounded delicious.
Right.
And I was too wise to listen to the internet. Hubris, friends.
So I found a cool article. It was a Gallup poll that beer is still America's top alcoholic beverage. About
sparkling seltzer isn't.
No, not the weird.
Taking the universe.
Yeah, not the weird sparkling seltzer you got at the liquor store the other day.
It is not even the first sparkling seltzer I've gotten at the liquor store. It's just the first one I told him about.
Yeah. So about 42% of people say their alcoholic beverage of choice is beer, about 34 for wine, and then only about 19 for liquor. So, yeah, and I know liquor is a little more popular with the younger group, but it seemed
that's
like
really interesting.
In 2017, the respondents gave 26%. So that's a big drop in the last year. So
that's a plummet.
And you might think, who knows? Maybe it was a weird sample or something like that. But beer and wine still seem to be the most popular. With beer about a 10 point, 8 to 10 point edge. So
I do love the wine over liquor stigma. That's my favorite social quandary.
Yeah. Why don't you explain that to us?
So I have at certain points in my life worked in industries where the only acceptable beverage is wine. Whether you have 1 glass or 6, you will be drinking wine. I do not like wine, so therefore, if liquor is an option, I, caving to the industry standard of beer being only for heathens, will drink liquor drinks. And have occasionally had people who are ordering bottles of wine for the table say something to the effect of, "Whoa, that's a pretty big drink." It's like, I'm having 1. You're having a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Do we understand what is happening here? And I find that a very interesting logical fallacy, that because a liquor drink is stronger by ABV 1 for 1 than a glass of wine, that the degenerate liquor drinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. You're a degenerate.
Degenerate
for having 1 stiff cocktail, but drinking a whole bottle of wine, that's classy, Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a society we speak of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like beer.
Right.
I like liquor. I'm sorry, wine. I do not like you yet. I keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not happening.
Yeah, you might get there. You never know. You never know.
Currently, I'm like a 19-year-old and only like really cheap white wine. So we might not ever.
Hey, that's how you move up, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've been here I'm not 19.
Let's see. Rod J says that Guinness brewery that opened in Maryland is being designed to appeal the American market.
No!
Actually, I think I read in a news article that reminded me that I don't think they're actually making any Guinness. They're only making their American Blonde Lager series and the couple
at
other
least make
beers.
Harp?
Hmm?
I like Harp.
You like Harp?
I
Yeah.
like Harp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're not actually making any of the Guinness. That's all still going to be done in Dublin.
But can we have an extra cold tap?
Maybe. I don't
That's
know.
all I want.
I don't know. Maybe you can get an extra cold tap there.
Ah!
Who knows? And Bernie Beard says 26 beers in the fridge and a bottle of Maker's Mark in the freezer. Outlaw
like it.
wine.
Ours is uncounted number of beers in the fridge and a bottle of Tomaten Kubicon in the freezer.
Ooh, that is some peaty scotch.
That's a
That
smoke
is
bomb.
some peaty scotch.
And
for
I
sure.
love it. I mistakenly brought it back for him, and now it's mine.
So, you know what I thought was really cool this week too was that the first African American craft beer festival with all African American brewery owners was had. I think it was in Ohio or was it in Pennsylvania? I can't remember. Pittsburgh. Yep. So they had it in Pittsburgh.
I speed read.
And I
I
think
can't do math, but I can speed read.
I think this is really good for craft beer because
Rajay was on that.
yeah, Rajay knew what was up. I think it's really good for craft beer because, look, most craft beer drinkers look like you and me.
Mostly you.
Mostly me.
Sorry.
Craft beer growth is starting to slow down. And I think, African Americans make up something like 15% of the U.S. population. And craft beer needs to work on reaching out to that segment if they want to keep growing.
Yes.
So I think a beer festival like this and getting the conversation oriented towards how to reach out to that community is really important for the continued growth of the industry. I think this is a really cool thing that they're doing. I don't know if I have a lot to add to the conversation other than I think it's really cool. And I just wanted to bring it up because, that's something that struck me as being really cool. And I'm glad that the industry is really taking the time to think about how to appeal to different segments of the population that may not be as driven to get the product.
Everyone else in the world.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
As the industry appeals to everyone else.
Right. Yep. Oh, see, Joe the Beer Patrol definitely got it right. It's mostly Ryan with a huge beard. Yeah, that's right. I'm too clean shaven to be the archetype, Brenda. Yeah, there you go.
I've gotten closer.
Yeah, that's right. Here, put the rest of your hair in a bun, and then
Teeny tiny man bun.
do a little man bun, and then stick your hair down there.
Non-beer news.
Okay, non-beer news. Let's
People
go.
are stupid news.
Oh,
Do
boy.
you know what I saw an ad for the other day?
Okay, what?
A clip-in man bun.
So for like me, when my hair's too
No.
short.
You have to start with the. It's like extensions. You can't go from bald to my hair.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have something to plug it into. But it's for those people with that teeny tiny stumpy little horsetail thing.
Oh.
It just goes boop, and it doesn't make a full luscious. I hate man buns. Doesn't make a full luscious man bun. You put your hair in the teeny stumpy ponytail.
Yep.
And then you take this sausage roll thing and you pull its little strings like a garbage bag and you tie it to your bun.
Wow.
And then you have a luscious man bun.
Wow. Yeah, that's not for me.
And this is what we've come to.
Yeah, this is where we're at in 2018. Mm-hmm.
And there is beer featured in the ad.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes,
well, I'm sure.
Because suddenly they're all at a brewery clinking beers with their man bun friends.
After they clipped in their man buns, they all went to get beer. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Pre-man bun.
Hey,
beer. Post-man bun. Everyone brings them.
I did just start the Beer Tech Tested series last week, so maybe I have to get the clip-on man bun and test that out.
You don't. I would have to test out your man bun. You don't have anything to hold it to. This won't even make a stumpy little ponytail.
We're just gonna hot glue it up there and see if anybody notices it's an abomination.
Okay, If anyone accuses me of anything, just remember he told me to hot glue something to his scalp. You heard it here.
Mm-hmm. That's
Burning
right.
Beard, man buns are not diverse. They're everywhere. We live in one of the many decentralized hipster capitals of America.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I've given up.
That's right. Yeah.
Granted, we're more likely to find a hockey flow.
A hockey flow.
I hate the hockey flow.
All right. One last bit of beer news is that craft beer loan applications are being rejected at a much higher rate than they used to be. It's mostly because there are a lot of homebrewers who think they have the chops to get into beer. And a lot of banks now are like, well, the market's pretty crowded and your business plan kind of sucks. Your beer is good, but the business plan just isn't there.
So, if in doubt, did they sell beer shares?
Yeah,
that was the most brilliant thing you've told me in a while.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, I think, you see a lot of bankers like they'll get most of the way through the application process, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? We don't really like your location. It's not going to succeed there," and then they pull out, and then you have to try to go to 2 or 3 more banks to try to get your funding in place. And I think there's a lot of good homebrewers out there who are, looking to take that next jump. But I think they're kind of finding that the standards that banks are willing to take a risk on you because the marketplace is so crowded, they're creeping upward. So we're starting to, see that competition really is, making investors and bankers who are so essential to the craft beer revolution a little bit more risk averse, because you know what? We know a couple in our area that have closed recently. I'm sure that,
a couple very surprising ones.
Yeah, I'm sure that, somebody took a nice investment flyer on those breweries and probably wasn't seeing all their money back. Because look, it pretty much requires a minimum of 6 figures to get a really small brewing system and a really small tap room up and running. And if you're looking at anything of decent size or any distributor business, that's north of $1 million for sure. What are you laughing at?
The cat apparently has decided that she was done with our toys, left the recording studio, aka porch, went into the house, collected a toy of her own, and came racing by with that instead.
Oh, good. Well, that's nice.
Just in case you were wondering if my play style was inadequate, the cat says yes.
She is not entertained.
Nope.
Not entertained
she is now.
At all. Yeah.
It wasn't fair. She stole the toy. There's nothing
Beer Patrol says, kind of wish they did this a bit earlier, because look, there's some, he says shitty, but I'd say mediocre. Mediocre craft beer out there with some poor business plans. Now, yes, I have definitely driven by a place and been like, why is there a brewery here?
No.
Yeah, I have definitely done that before. I'm like, how are you going to succeed? There was one that...
I parked next to its front door today.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. There was one that we only went to like once. We actually thought the beer was okay, but like...
And they had great distribution.
Yeah,
it was everywhere.
Yeah, they actually canned and got a fair amount of distribution too, but like they're located...
Wasn't it in the stadiums?
Mm-hmm.
It was in a couple of the stadiums.
No, I'm talking about Northgate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Maggie's Leap was everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But look, at the end of the day, I think their tap room was in a bad spot.
It was.
It was in a spot of town that cleared out by 5 o'clock every day.
Well, and there was also massive road construction.
Right. And then the nail in the coffin was the main drag that led to their parking lot just got totally torn up.
The only drag that led to their parking lot.
Yeah, the only road that led to them pretty much got torn up, and you would have had to work your way through 3 warehouses to get to the back entrance. So yeah, it just did not work out for them. And it was probably a poor location choice for them.
Such a shame.
Yeah, because the beer was pretty good. But and then, on the flip side, there are the great marketers with bad beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I've said on multiple occasions, I really want a shirt from a place, but I don't want to drink enough beer to go get one.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah, there's one...
It doesn't help that they're the most dog-friendly brewery, too.
Yeah.
Not that we have a dog, but everyone else does.
Right. There's
Can't
one.
take the cat. Sorry.
Yeah. There's a brewery from up north that all the people around here really love what they distribute.
There's a beer from up north.
It's a cream ale.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name names.
I liked everything but the cream ale.
Yeah, but their beer gets a lot of play here. It's got great marketing, but I just don't think it's that good.
Speaking of being in all of the stadiums, it is.
Yeah.
That one, I think we might have given the cream ale an unfair shake. I think it might have just been an off day when we were there.
Maybe you're right.
But I was like, it's the middle of July. A cream ale should be exactly what I want after hiking all day, and it
Right.
was not.
Yeah.
But they did have a bunch of really good beers, and I don't know. A lot of people I trust their opinions in beer have said really good things about them and their beers and their delicious things, so maybe we should try again.
Right.
We're never up there to try again anyway, but...
Yeah. Oh, Rod J included one more note about Guinness. They're going to have 92 taps.
Impossible.
With crazy Guinness products.
What?
Yep.
What?
One-off brews, experimental stuff.
This is making me want to go to Maryland.
Hey, Baltimore's a cool city.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I've been there before. Baltimore's a cool spot.
Lori? Ernie?
Yeah, Baltimore's pretty cool. Joe is asking what brewery is it that we're referring to. No, it's not New Glarus. Spotted Cow, look.
It's delicious.
Spotted Cow
it's just good.
Spotted Cow's a cult beer. Honestly, it's a lot.
You're a cult beer.
But my beer taste has matured.
All right, fine. Second favorite cult, the cult of Spotted Cow.
Cult of Spotted Cow, that's right. Yeah.
Nobody doesn't like Spotted Cow.
No, New Glarus is really good. My favorite beer of theirs is the Moon Man Pale Ale, which is
weird because that's also one of my favorite beers of theirs.
That's right.
And I don't like pale ales.
Yeah. But the one we're referring to is definitely not New Glarus.
With that.
Yeah. Because I love New Glarus. I have a Spotted Cow sign hanging on our wall.
It's true.
Yeah.
I put it there.
Spotted Cow is good. It's definitely best on tap. Joe says loves all their fruit beers. Yes, all their fruit beers are amazing.
Oh, we're still on New Glarus.
New Glarus. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Their Brewers Reserve, the whole thing. There's always a lot of raspberries. I always enjoy them.
Right. Yep. Yeah, New
like
Glarus is a great brewery in a really cool small town in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, that just makes
in New Glarus
this beer with a cult following that people will smuggle halfway across the country on road trips.
Rod J says green can ? And up until 2 weeks ago, I would have thought that was an insane question.
No, they don't have a green can. They didn't. I don't remember what their original can art is. They switched to basically all yellow cans now.
What?
Yeah, with the cow.
What? But Spotted Cow is green. The
Yeah,
label's green.
The label is green. That's true. Yep.
The bottle label's green.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't it be? Ah.
Oh, the Genesee Cream Ale. Yeah. Yeah, that is I've heard good things about that one. Never had it though, so I'm gonna have to try it one day. No, it's a Minnesota brewery. So if you're not from the area, you would
have
not
no
have
idea.
heard of it. But it's much hyped here, and Brenda and I are not really sure why. So yeah, I haven't tried a Genesee Cream Ale. I need to go try some Genesee beer though. I think sounds pretty good.
I didn't know I missed it.
Yeah. Let's see. Are they out of New York? Upstate New York? I can't remember.
I have literally no
Can't remember
idea.
off the top of my head. I'm a beer nerd, but I'm like a beer nerd in the abstract rather than like any one specific beer or brewery.
I just like beer.
Yeah, that's right. I like beer. I like
I
good
also
beer.
like tequila.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not super into the beer reviews. We're not chasing the big national brands, But
again, too many local beers cannot keep up.
Yeah, that's right.
The minute I get through reviewing all of the local beers, Untapped will kick me off.
Oh, you're not even close to getting kicked off of Untapped yet.
That requires a level of alcoholism. Like, I don't have the. Oh wait, I always do that wrong. I don't have the liver to like function.
Yeah. Okay, Brenda. So I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Yeah, that's right. So
I always have an answer.
Brenda and I are big Gopher football fans.
Woo!
Minnesota Golden Gophers. Big Ten. They're not ever that good.
No.
They're not really.
It's a Minnesota sports team.
Yeah, that's right.
Does it even require saying that they're not ever really that good?
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because you're an import.
Yeah.
We know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. But
it's our DNA to only ever be not really that good.
College football season's coming up.
Woo!
Pro football season's coming up.
Woo!
We're getting ready to tailgate. So,
Woo!
what kind of beers are you looking forward to having on the tailgate
All
lot?
of them.
Or are you scheming any of your fancy liquor drinks for this year? So why don't you tell us what you got coming up?
I'm always scheming fancy liquor drinks. So every year we kind of have a tradition because we live in Minnesota and it gets really, really, really cold.
Yeah, I mean, by
cold.
Gets
cold
by the end of November when college football is wrapping up.
Cold.
Mm-hmm.
So every year we kind of have a standardized routine of there will be a hot cider application and there will be a coffee bar application because there's nothing better in my mind than boozy coffee drinks.
Well, especially for those morning 11 o'clock start games where you're out tailgating at 7 a.m.
Because you're going to get up at 6:30. Stop kicking the table. You're going to be at the tailgate lot at 6:59.
Mm-hmm.
Stop kicking the table. And you already need a coffee, so why not just get started right there?
Right.
So this year I have a couple super secret plans in the works for the boozy coffee bar.
Ooh.
So in past years we've kind of had a big old traveler of I think that was a Starbucks official term. Whoops. So we're now going to get flagged for Starbucks and the Jeopardy theme music.
We can mention brands. They just don't pay me. Please sponsor me, Starbucks.
Please?
Mm.
Please, my little heart? Anyway, so we usually get like a traveler of black coffee, and in years past we've done Irish coffees, peppermint mochas. Obviously, these are all boozy. Peppermint mochas, caramel macchiatos.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I do? Oh, the maple bourbon.
Yeah.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That you had to shake that sucker because it would be like maple bourbon about 2 minutes into it sitting. So there are a couple more add-ons in the works for that particular day. And then a liquor store adjacent to Ryan's parents' cottage in middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, went out of business. And therefore was having really good liquor sales.
Right. Yep, they were.
So a bottle of whiskey has been acquired for some amplified cider action because I do have 2 cider recipes I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be a 3rd.
Oh.
And as for beers I'm looking forward to, Ryan's next 5 gallons of Heffa Hype.
Oh, yeah. You think I'm going to brew the Heffa again?
I'm really gonna try either that or I'm going to buy a kit. I
want something a little maltier, I think.
I'll take maltier. I kind of want to redo the coffee stout though, honestly.
Oh yeah, you want to bring that back? Yeah, we're all out of it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to redo the coffee stout, but also with the addition of cocoa nibs.
Oh, okay.
Love cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
I would eat them.
Mm-hmm.
I could eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any other particular things. There was one I was really excited about. What was it? 2 to mango, 3 to tango from... Oh, it's going to kill me and I don't remember. One of the local breweries is releasing a state fair this year that they're going to do a run of post-state fair.
Mm.
And sorry, we're from Minnesota. The state fair is the thing.
Right.
We have the state fair.
Yep.
We are less than a mile from the state fair. Brenda works and gets free admission to the state fair.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I try all of the crazy beer releases. But so the 2 to mango, 3 to tango is doing a limited release post fair, and that is definitely coming to all of our early hot football games.
All right. Very nice.
How about you?
Let's see. Well, I am always looking forward to the release of all the Oktoberfest beers coming out.
He's
this
already
fall.
started.
I have already started. I got a little too excited. And look, if you're from the Midwest, you're probably familiar with the brand Leinenkugels. If you're not from the Midwest, you may have heard of their summer shandy, which is basically it's one of Miller Coors' craft brands.
I always forget that.
Yeah, they are owned by Miller Coors, and they make like a beer lemonade shandy in the summer, which I don't know how far it's distributed nationally, but it's around. But they
Cult following.
yeah, and like it's not great. It's okay. Most of their beer is just okay, except for their limited release stuff. So they
Which is
do
really good.
they do still retain a lot of ownership and
Excuse me, madam.
and brewing direction within the family. So they do still do a lot of great limited releases. And last year we had their Dunkel, which was really awesome.
That was awesome.
So I got excited when I was in the liquor store the other day and saw the first run of the 2018 Oktoberfest. And was like, oh, I need to get this right now. I'm so excited for Oktoberfest beer. And then I opened one, and it just was not good. It just tasted.
It's too soon.
I know it's too soon. I gotta wait for the real good quality breweries to get their
Summit.
Oktoberfest out.
You mean Summit?
Yeah, I gotta be patient and wait for the delicious Märzen beers to come out.
Patience is not our strong suit.
No, it's not. Burning Beard says he loves some pumpkin brews. I have a real issue with pumpkin brews.
Pumpkin spice latte?
Well, yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Though Shotki Pumpkin was in Target Liquor the other day.
Oh, cool.
And I did get excited.
Yeah.
I almost bought it.
Yeah, there's like one pumpkin beer I get excited about from a local brewery around here. But other than that, like, I'm just not really a fan of pumpkin beer.
It helps that I don't like pumpkins, so there's that.
Yeah, that's probably part of the problem. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to drinking this fall. Maybe brewing an amber or an Irish red, something like that.
5 more gallons of Hefeweizen.
No.
Why are you not listening to me?
Save that. That's going to be the spring seasonal, is the Hefe.
All right, BrewTube. I'm getting a 5-gallon kit of Hefehype. It's not really Hefehype. That's just what I named it. I'm getting a 5-gallon kit, and I'm brewing it.
That's right. We can stream you brewing. It'll be great.
Just saying, all of the malt containers will be thoroughly emptied.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I'm
All
good
right.
at one thing.
Any other beer news? Anything you want to share?
I have an insane cat. My beer news is
Yep, we got to
it's out the window.
We got to take care of our insane cat.
I have to go run this. It's got the zoomies.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Beer Nerds, thanks for joining us tonight for some beer news, some updates, some weird random discussion.
Beer mail.
Yeah, let's see. Tomorrow I should have a video coming out on brewing sanitation and all the different agents used for that. Yeah, I know. The super glamorous side of brewing, but the one that takes most of the time,
hey,
for
man,
sure.
You put the bleach in the cap and the pH strip in the wash sample.
That's right. Yeah. So
Life is good.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody dies.
Right. Thanks again to Burning Beard for sending us our beers tonight.
You're the
really
best.
appreciate it. So far, so good. I think we'll definitely be, we'll probably have to save the other two for next week's stream, right? Yeah, you're going to manage to do that?
3.
Oh, there's 3. Oh, that's right. There's 3 more.
I was like,
You're right. Yeah, we'll have to save them for
they're
next
all
week.
for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little too hoppy for you. All right, and then next week, I'm actually doing a beer on the history of the Märzen. Oktoberfest
Of course you
beer.
are.
Of course I am.
I say ooh like I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's right. You should have seen this coming.
Like you talked about anything. No wonder your beer script was so long, you nerd.
No, that was the sanitation one. I'm still writing the Märzen one. That one's still got more to go. All right, cheers, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Bye. Let's see. You got to click the end button, and let's go get some fun.
And what?